Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. The Philadelphia Eagles have reportedly pulled off one of the most shocking moves in recent NFL history, and the whispers around the league are growing louder by the hour. Sources suggest that the Eagles, known for their meticulous front office strategies, have somehow managed to secure a deal with MYLES GARRETT, the star defensive end whose presence alone can shift the balance of any team's defense. The news is circulating fast among insiders and analysts, with speculation that the trade was executed under the radar to avoid immediate backlash from rival teams, which, if true, would underline just how calculated Philadelphia's management has been. Fans are already buzzing across social media, some in disbelief, others thrilled at the prospect of seeing Garrett donning the iconic midnight green uniform. And the ripple effects are starting to be felt in fantasy football circles, betting markets, and locker room chatter. The deal structure, rumored to involve multiple draft picks and strategic player exchanges, is reportedly crafted in a way that benefits both sides financially and competitively. What's intriguing is how this move could potentially redefine the Eagles' defensive identity, giving them a level of versatility and intimidation factor that could drastically alter matchups against high-powered offenses across the league. Rumors have it that the negotiation process itself was an intricate dance, spanning several weeks of private meetings, encrypted calls, and behind-the-scenes maneuvering that only a few insiders have truly witnessed. Sources close to the situation claim that Garrett's camp was initially hesitant, weighing options from multiple teams with different offensive and defensive philosophies. But the Eagles' vision of him as a cornerstone of their defensive line ultimately tipped the scales. Philadelphia's front office, led by executives known for strategic precision and a knack for bold decisions, is said to have presented a comprehensive plan, detailing how Garrett would not only fit into their defensive schemes, but also become a central figure in leadership and culture-building efforts. The buzz suggests that the presentation included virtual simulations of defensive formations, projected sack totals, and even community engagement plans, showing Garrett that this was more than a simple contract. It was an opportunity to be a defining force in one of the NFL's most passionate cities. Industry insiders are reportedly calling this move a masterstroke, hinting that if executed well, it could establish a template for how elite players are courted in the future, blending performance incentives, marketing potential, and citywide appeal. Meanwhile, reactions on social media are a mix of awe, disbelief, and speculation, with fans dissecting every possible outcome and rival teams bracing for the potential shakeup this could bring to divisional dynamics. While the deal itself is still officially unconfirmed, the growing consensus among experts and league insiders suggests that Garrett's move to Philadelphia is practically a done deal, pending final signatures and league approvals, which are expected to be formalities at this point. The strategic implications for the Eagles are immense, as adding a player of Garrett's caliber could elevate an already talented defensive unit into one of the most feared in the league. Analysts are speculating that the move might force opposing teams to reconsider game plans entirely, potentially shifting offensive strategies league-wide. The cultural impact within the team is also a hot topic, with veteran players rumored to be both excited and curious about how Garrett's arrival will influence leadership dynamics, practice intensity, and overall locker room chemistry. Some insiders are hinting that this acquisition could spark a ripple effect in the NFC East, motivating rival franchises to explore equally aggressive moves to counterbalance Philadelphia's newfound strength. Meanwhile, fan forums and online communities are flooded with theories, ranging from immediate playoff implications to long-term dynasty potential. With Garrett's presence already dominating conversation threads, even local media outlets are reportedly scrambling to adjust coverage schedules and prepare special segments highlighting the player's career highlights, potential impact, and the sheer shock of this rumored blockbuster, emphasizing the sheer magnitude of what appears to be one of the most audacious moves in recent NFL memory. Sources close to MYLES GARRETT suggest that the defensive end is genuinely intrigued by the Eagles' vision, reportedly impressed by both the technical and cultural pitch presented by the franchise. Allegedly, Garrett's camp analyzed everything from defensive playbooks to coaching philosophies, player development programs, and even Philadelphia city culture, weighing the potential lifestyle, fan support, and brand opportunities available to him. Insider chatter indicates that while Garrett could have pursued higher financial offers elsewhere, The holistic appeal of joining a team poised for both short-term success and long-term relevance seems to have been the deciding factor. Rumors circulating on social media hint that Garrett himself may have personally reached out to current Eagles players and staff to discuss the vision and his potential role, signaling enthusiasm that goes beyond contractual obligations. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly stunned by the sudden announcement, scrambling internally to understand how Philadelphia managed to secure an agreement without tipping the scales for competitors earlier in the negotiation process. Speculation is rampant that the Eagles employed a combination of timing, strategic leverage, and psychological insight to make their case irresistible. Meanwhile, league analysts are dissecting potential scenarios, imagining the chaos Garrett could unleash on opposing quarterbacks, and debating how this single move might alter the trajectory of the entire season, not just for the Eagles, but for every team in the division and beyond, amplifying the drama and excitement for fans and pundits alike. The timing of this rumored trade is also drawing significant attention, as insiders suggest that the deal may have been strategically timed to coincide with other high-profile moves and league events, maximizing media coverage and public attention, while minimizing disruption to team operations. Industry whispers hint that the Eagles were closely monitoring the movements of several other defensive stars and waiting for the optimal moment to strike, effectively outmaneuvering rivals in a chess-like approach to roster building. Sources claim that Garrett's integration into Philadelphia's defensive schemes has been meticulously planned, with coaching staff and analysts already devising situational rotations, blitz packages, and alignment adjustments to fully exploit his skill set. Fans are reportedly thrilled, with online discussions imagining every sack, forced fumble, and game-changing play Garrett could produce while wearing the Eagles' colors. Some commentators speculate that this move could shift power dynamics in the NFC, potentially turning Philadelphia into a dominant defensive juggernaut and forcing other teams to reconsider their recruitment and draft strategies. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, league insiders are buzzing with speculation about how this acquisition could influence future contract negotiations, player loyalty trends, and even marketing campaigns, with Garrett serving as a potential centerpiece for the Eagles' branding and public engagement strategies. The sheer magnitude of this rumored transaction is creating a frenzy among fans, media, and analysts alike, elevating it to a story that is impossible to ignore. Reports suggest that the ripple effect of Garrett's potential arrival is already being felt beyond the Eagles organization, as rival franchises are supposedly evaluating their own roster moves in response, trying to anticipate the new dynamics in both divisional matchups and conference-wide standings. The narrative emerging from insiders indicates that Garrett's presence might compel opposing coaches to reconsider offensive schemes, emphasizing quick-release passes, additional blocking schemes, and even shifts in personnel to counteract his anticipated dominance on the field. Fans and pundits alike are dissecting hypothetical scenarios, speculating on how Garrett could disrupt quarterback timing, alter play-calling decisions, and even inspire defensive teammates to elevate their performance levels in his presence. Social media platforms are awash with reactions, memes, and debates, while betting markets reportedly have begun adjusting odds in response to the perceived shift in team strength. Meanwhile, local media in Philadelphia are preparing special coverage, featuring player interviews, coach commentary, and deep dives into Garrett's career highlights to give the public a full understanding of what this move could mean for the team and the city. Industry chatter suggests that this rumored deal represents more than just a player acquisition. It symbolizes a potential turning point in how elite defensive talent is courted, integrated, and utilized to maximize both performance and fan engagement, solidifying the Eagles' reputation as audacious and forward-thinking in their approach to building championship-caliber teams. The fan reaction to the rumored Myles Garrett signing with the Philadelphia Eagles has reportedly been nothing short of electric, with social media feeds exploding with memes, GIFs, and hot takes from every corner of the NFL fandom. Sources close to Philadelphia insiders claim that ticket sales for upcoming games have spiked in anticipation of Garrett's debut, with season ticket holders sharing stories of early renewals and new fans clamoring to secure their spot in the stadium. Beyond the financial implications, the buzz within the fan base appears to be fueling an almost tangible energy around the city itself, with local bars, sports lounges, and community hubs already planning watch parties and fan events. Rumor has it that Garrett's presence could even inspire a new generation of Eagles supporters, young athletes dreaming of emulating his tenacity and skill, creating a cultural wave that extends far beyond the field. Industry insiders suggest that the narrative of this acquisition is being carefully managed by the Eagles marketing team, who reportedly plan to highlight Garrett not just as a defensive powerhouse, but as a community figure, potentially bridging on-field dominance with off-field engagement. Meanwhile, rival fan bases are reportedly reacting with a mixture of envy and concern, speculating about how their teams will respond to a suddenly strengthened Eagles defense, fueling a ripple of rumor and speculation that only seems to grow with every passing hour. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Insiders suggest that within the Eagles locker room, the atmosphere is reportedly a mixture of anticipation, curiosity, and strategic planning, as veteran players are said to be evaluating how Garrett's arrival could alter practice routines, positional rotations, and even leadership hierarchies. Sources close to the team hint that some players may be quietly excited about the opportunity to learn from one of the league's elite defensive ends, while others might be calculating how to maintain their roles and influence in the presence of a player whose talent and personality could shift the team's dynamics. Coaches are allegedly already adjusting defensive strategies in anticipation, planning complex blitzes, coverage schemes, and alignment tweaks that would maximize Garrett's explosive pass rushing ability while also integrating younger players into his mentorship orbit. The rumor mill suggests that these internal adjustments could lead to subtle but significant changes in the team's overall identity, perhaps redefining what it means to be an Eagles defender in the modern NFL. Analysts are speculating that the ripple effects of Garrett's potential influence might extend beyond just the field, shaping everything from training camp culture to motivational approaches, with the team aiming to harness his presence for maximum competitive advantage. Meanwhile, whispers hint that locker room chemistry, always a delicate balance, will become a key storyline as the season approaches, keeping fans and media riveted by every practice update, interview, and insider leak. League insiders reportedly indicate that rival teams are scrambling to understand how the Eagles managed to orchestrate this blockbuster move without tipping off competitors earlier in the process, with speculation pointing to a combination of timing, negotiation finesse, and strategic discretion as key factors. Coaches and front offices across the NFL are allegedly reviewing their own roster moves, draft strategies, and defensive priorities to counterbalance Philadelphia's newfound firepower. Rumor has it that some franchises are even considering accelerated trade talks or aggressive draft day maneuvers to respond to what is perceived as a sudden shift in competitive equilibrium. Analysts are reportedly modeling scenarios in which Garrett's presence could disrupt passing games, alter offensive line strategies, and force quarterbacks to adjust their reads under pressure, emphasizing the potential season-wide implications of a single, high-impact signing. Meanwhile, the media landscape is reportedly aflame with speculation, with pundits debating the probability of immediate divisional dominance, playoff impact, and even long-term implications for how elite defensive talent is recruited and valued. Fans of rival teams are reportedly reacting with both frustration and awe as discussions unfold online and in sports commentary, creating a dynamic ecosystem of rumor, debate, and anticipation that underscores the magnitude of this rumored acquisition. Even fantasy football circles are adjusting projections, adding yet another layer to the ongoing frenzy surrounding Garrett and the Eagles. Sources close to league insiders suggest that the marketing and branding impact of Garrett joining Philadelphia could be enormous, with reports hinting at merchandising plans, public appearances, and social media campaigns that might position him as a central figure in the team's broader cultural narrative. Rumors are circulating that the Eagles' brand strategists are envisioning a comprehensive approach that blends on-field excellence with off-field visibility, potentially leveraging Garrett's personality, story, and highlights to energize fans both locally and nationally. Analysts are speculating that the combination of athletic dominance and strategic branding could establish a model for how star players are integrated into franchises, blending performance with engagement in a way that reinforces both loyalty and excitement. Industry chatter also hints at the possibility of sponsorships, appearances, and multimedia projects that could amplify Garrett's presence and the team's visibility, generating buzz that extends beyond the traditional football season. Meanwhile, Fan communities are reportedly creating narratives around every possible matchup, imagining Garrett's impact on key games, rivalries, and playoff scenarios, keeping speculation alive and fueling endless discussion. Insider whispers suggest that this could influence future contract negotiations league-wide, as other players observe the multifaceted benefits of joining a franchise that strategically aligns athletic excellence, fan engagement, and brand opportunities in a coordinated approach that maximizes exposure, influence, and performance. The speculation surrounding Garrett's arrival is reportedly creating a wave of excitement that could define the Eagles' narrative for years to come. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.